Well, hi everybody. Water signs, my friends, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We're taking a look at each individual sign for the week, May 21st through the 28th of 2017. First, we're looking for a general element energy for the week, which is the water sign. Let's see what we come up with. We're gonna, right there. Spiritual strength, or the Nine of Wands. Yeah, that's the card of resilience more than anything. And we have the Seven of Pentacles, patience, planning, building, and the Two of Cups, a spiritual union. The movements, choices, and decisions, conflict and defeat, and suffering and silence. All right. Well, general for you guys feels very much like due to some disappointment or a down cycle or inner conflict, personal defeat of some kind. You're deciding to make some changes, some movement in your life. I think some of you are doing a spiritual self-exam, looking at your own set of personal morals and standards, looking at your life, deciding what is acceptable, what isn't, and making plans, moving your life forward, because some of you have reached the end of defeat, the end of the suffering. It feels very much like you're in the planning stages of moving ahead. Pursuing a life that's far more content, strong spiritually, more sound on a financial level. Because some of you have been working maybe in a place of conflict, but it feels very much like a new direction is being sought by some of you. Feels kind of like you tried something, it failed, and now you're either deciding to start off on a new foot with something new, a new direction. Feels like it's something more desirable for you. I think it's something that is more satisfying to you, also maybe on a spiritual level. But it feels like you're making better choices for your life, water signs, and whatever movement that is. Whether you're moving to a new home, some of you are dealing with like, I feel a separation anxiety of some sort. If you're in a bi-coastal relationship, you're really considering moving that situation back home. I feel that some of you have kind of been dealing with homesickness and really a period of missing someone terribly. But I think the plan is to move that relationship closer together. I think this is about making plans with someone you care about, but bringing the relationship closer, not further away. Because there has been some real anxiety, some real feeling of I feel like it's very much a loneliness from separation. Maybe a couple, maybe your spouse. But I am getting for some of you, it's going to be because you and a partner, doesn't have to be a spouse, but a partner of any kind is, you're living on separate islands, I hear. So, yeah, we need to bring two people together. And I think this week, water signs, and it feels appropriate a reading for water signs that I said you're on separate islands. But for some of you, it's about bringing you closer to a satisfactory situation. Okay, now, first, we need to look at Cancer. Cancer at 6:30. Here you go. Okay, Cancer, let's talk about you guys. All right, one more shuffle. Yeah, one more. Okay. The Seven of Wands, the King of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Destiny is in play around a love relationship for some of you. It's a situation there's been some struggle around. Definitely needing to pursue the growth. The Four of Swords, there has been a separation for some of you. Definitely. There's been a separation for some of you. I think that balance, harmony, joy, a feeling of well-being is really what is being considered here. I think for some of you, you may end up taking this partner by surprise if you just show up at their door. I don't know why I was given that message. If this is a partner you're not, in fact, even if you are married to this partner, make sure they're aware of your arrival, of your pending arrival. Because I hear that somebody's desire to surprise someone, Cancer, by just showing up might not be the brightest idea. Because I don't want to say you're going to catch them in a compromising situation. Or should I say a compromised situation. I just think you may catch them unaware, and you probably won't like the response that you get. So what this is, the warning, if your plan this week is to just show up at somebody's doorstep, I think the balance here is to let them know. Maybe you've gone for a long period of time, and their response to your arrival, again, might be less than enthusiastic, I want to say. Now, if that doesn't speak to you, it's just possible that this week what we're talking about here is whether or not a couple is destined to be together or not. Someone is considering whether or not this relationship that you're in, this Bi-coastal relationship for some of you. Bi-coastal. And you got the water, the balance right in the center. So, if you're in a bi-coastal relationship, and this is your situation, or you're in separate cities, you don't have to be a land away from one another. You just need to be at a distance where this relationship cannot grow. I think if the plan is to surprise this person by just showing up, you're not going to get the reception that you think you're going to get. Advice here is at least give the person a warning that you're coming. Because I don't think it's so much the situation that they are taken by surprise in. I think it's just the nature of surprise itself. You're dealing with someone who does not like surprises. That's a message for someone. You're dealing with someone, they don't like surprises. Please don't try that because it won't go well this week. If that's your plan for somebody. Okay. That's what I've got for Cancer. Cancer. Make your plans wisely this week. Be decisive and don't try to surprise somebody who does not like to be surprised. That won't go well. Now, let's talk to Pisces. Okay. So what have we got here? We've got a situation of two people. It's a strong relationship. I think we've got two people here that like to hold one another up. Yes, Pisces, we've got a partnership here. But again, there's this distance between people. Maybe even emotional distance. It doesn't have to be the distance between miles. It's more about how you're handling the distance. And I do think that we've got two people here that are considering maybe it's time to relocate so that they can be closer to one another. For you guys, this feels more like a very open conversation with two people more than willing to open themselves up to trying this something new. This is where I'm being told to go. Again, there's the Temperance. It was also there for Cancer. The Nine of Pentacles and the World. We're looking to bring two worlds together here. The Chariot. The Ten of Cups. And the Six of Swords. Of course, why not? Pisces. Pisces, Pisces. Balance, harmony, joy, movement, money, independence still, but together. This feels very much for Pisces. We've got a situation where we've got the merging of two lives that are coming together simply to be happy. I think that the meeting is going to be in one person's home. I think that the decision is in the process of being made. Now, I have to say, if you are making this decision with someone who has children, I think, frankly, the home of choice is going to be the largest home. And I don't know why that just came to me. But the largest home is really the home where this situation is going to grow the most. If there's children involved, if there's not, there will be, because that's here too. All of this fertility, all of this movement in the world, the cycles beginning, the cycles ending, but the positive movement forward and the change of home, the change of location for this happy situation. This is saying the days of conflict and defeat, the days of suffering and silence are over, because what we're moving towards here is the happiness, the road to happiness, the road to fulfillment, the road to financial harmony, balance, joy, contentment, fluid emotions, open honesty, and the spiritual connection here, definitely. All available, and it feels like that magical time when you're moving from one place to another in order to connect with someone, and that is all here for Pisces. Good going. I like that, Pisces. Really nice. Okay, Scorpio. Now, let's put Scorpio here at 17, because I want to talk for just another minute with my Pisces. Pisces. Choices are being made. Movement is being made. The Ten of Cups. It's that state of fulfillment that feels like a dream. And you have to be careful for dreams, because sometimes, even with those beautiful dreams, there's a dose of reality. And so let's not be deceived by everything we see. Let's just know that there's always a space for reality here. Okay, now let's go. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. What have we got for Scorpio? The Four of Pentacles, King of Swords, Five of Cups, Ten of Wands, Two of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. Okay, right now we've got this framework of tens around this choice. So what we've got here is complete happiness, but we know that there's a heavy weight that has to be released. The choice, do we let this thing go? Whatever this burden is, do we let it go? Do we make that choice in order to achieve happiness? Because we've been unhappy already. And it feels like we're kind of clinging to the unhappiness for someone. We're clinging to whatever this is. It can be security. Maybe that's the thing that's making us feel defeated. It's the unhappiness that we're suffering with. But all of that suffering, we've got the clarity here. We've examined what we've done here. And we've looked for the spiritual strength. You know, we gain a lot of spiritual strength from the Five of Cups, that self-examination that kind of spells it all out for us. And if we let that go, what will happen if we make that choice to let a time of disappointment go? So if this is you, Scorpio, and you're holding on to something that's really kind of disappointing in your life, I think that it's time to let that go. The King of Swords releases that. He has freedom of clear thinking. This is clouded judgment, that kind of disappointment. And yeah, we can dwell in places too long where they become this burden. And so if we've been burdened, if we've been suffering in any way, in silence possibly, feeling defeated, feeling the conflict, it's time to let that go. The choices. Do we grow? Where do we grow? How much do we grow? Do we want to? Is this something we want to develop, or is it something we want to leave by the wayside? It's all depending on what it is that you're wanting from your situation, whether it's work, emotional, spiritual, love, on whatever level it is, if it's the home that you're living in. The disappointment around the situation that you're really asking to be released here. It feels like you're holding on to a situation too long and too hard. And the King of Swords, boom, he brings the clarity. He parts the clouds, and you can see where it is that you've been disappointed, and you can let that go. Because the choice leads to the happiness. And the happiness is the new beginning. The 10 always, always turns to a 1. And so miraculously, we go right from letting something go into making a choice that's going to lead us to ultimate newness and complete happiness. So for whoever this is, Scorpio, it feels to me during this time, you're really examining closely one of life's situations that's been disappointing. You're asking to let go, asking to be released, make the choice. Which path do you want? Do you want the path of burden and unhappiness, or are you ready to take that walk towards happiness? And that's what I've got for you guys. All right. If you want a reading meant just for you, I'm running a special right now. If I didn't mention it earlier, it's a $30 reading. It's one question, one concern, but I don't stop reading until I'm satisfied with the answer. And so those are $30 right now. They're going to run for the summer. Reach out to me if you want to get one of those for yourself, or if you're looking for a broader reading, check that out at my Weebly webpage. I'll get back to you, and we'll talk about what we need to do to get you started on the road to a reading. And over at Vimeo, I have life purpose, life energy, love readings, all 12 signs. And that again is at my Vimeo channel. Take a look, just scroll down, because there's a zillion things going on over there. Anyway, until the next time, water signs, thank you again. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, all of you friends, be well. Take care and peace. Where am I? There I am. Bye.